Good morning. Okay, I don't actually know if this is going to be posted in the morning or not. Good afternoon, good evening. Hey, hi, how are ya? I know we have a lot of people from all over the place, so there could be different time zones. But I am Kari Hansen, and Christina actually asked me to talk about an oil today that I'm really excited to talk about because it's an oil that I didn't think that I was going to depend on as much as I have over the last couple of weeks. So I'll give you a little glimpse at my life over the last couple of weeks, which is why you're getting me just rolling out of bed, essentially. I mean, I've made coffee with some MCT oil and some peppermint oil, my own version of a peppermint latte. But other than that, I haven't really done a whole lot this morning. And I wanted to be as real and raw as possible for this video with you all because I wanted you all to know my experience with this product. So, over the last couple of weeks, I have parted ways with the company I was working for. I have, which was just a really, really, really toxic environment, to be clear. I have lost a good friend of mine in a motorcycle accident. And on top of that, I was in a relationship with someone for quite a while, and it was just a really stressful relationship due to both of our careers. And so we decided that it was best to save our friendship and part ways. So it's been a lot of really big life choices and life decisions over the last, 3 weeks or so, and life events that have just kind of knocked a girl down, to be completely honest with you. I've never been one to really struggle with depression or anxiety or stress. And over the last couple weeks, I have just developed this newfound passion for people who struggle with mental illness or anxiety or depression on a consistent basis because it's not something that I have had to deal with. So I've never actually been able to relate. But the situational depression and anxiety that I'm experiencing over the last few weeks has been really heavy. And I'm really, first and foremost, I am really sorry for those of you who struggle with this on a daily basis because it's not fun. With that being said, I have found a few things that have been helping. I've been exercising every day for 30 minutes. I've been trying to get outside every day for a minimum of 10 minutes. And I've been utilizing all of the supplements and the new product that doTerra released at convention called Adaptiv. And man, has it been a godsend. So I want to break it down. I've been using the pure oil, just the oil most. Look at the first and foremost, look at the beautiful label. So Adaptiv, we're adapting to the events, the environment, the situations in our life that throw us curveballs. You've got to adjust, you've got to adapt, you've got to roll with the punches. And so doTerra created this line with that in mind. And the really incredible thing about this oil is it's got 8 different oils in it. And I really want to talk about that because each one has a different purpose. And so it starts off with wild orange, which there are a ton of clinical studies that prove that limonene, which is actually the primary constituent, which is the primary, for people who don't like science and chemistry, it's the primary substance that is making the difference in your body, okay? So limonene has been proven in a lot of clinical studies to increase mood and help you just relax a little bit, help you feel a little less nervous, right? So wild orange, lavender, again, there's been a ton of clinical studies that show that lavender helps reduce anxiousness and lowers stress levels. Copaiba is one of my favorite oils in the entire world. So when I saw that was in here, I was stoked. But it's got the highest concentration of a cannabinoid called beta-carotene. Beta-carotene. I think that's how you say it. Jamie or Christina can correct me. But what that means is actually that's really the substance that really sets copaiba apart from CBD oil. Okay, so it's a different type of substance in copaiba than it is CBD oil that helps us relax. And It's really incredible for the nervous system, and then, also supporting just a soothing and relaxing experience without having anything to do with the part of the plant that has THC, because it's from a completely different plant. It's actually from a tree. So that was very exciting for me, just because of the difference in nervous system that I felt having I'm going to stop right there because I want to stay compliant. So if you guys want to know what I have that impacts my nervous system, shoot me a DM. With that being said, moving on, oil number 4 is actually spearmint. And spearmint has a really high, I think it's carvone. But it's a really high concentration of carvone, which is just really uplifting. And when I say uplifting, think of the people who are super, super, super active. I like to sample spearmint to the people who have a hard time saying no and tend to overload their plate, because it helps enhance those types of moods, if that makes sense. There's a certain level of stress that comes from being late to work, and there's a certain level of stress that comes from oh my gosh, I've got too much to do. How am I going to get this all done? And there's a certain level of stress that comes with like self-confidence, and they're all different areas in your mind, right? And that's one that I like to say, like, okay, I've said too much. I've put too much on my plate. I'm going to use spearmint. Side note, spearmint stays in my shower because I use it every single morning. So there's that. Magnolia and neroli are oils 6 and 7. And both of those have a high concentration of linalool, which is actually considered an alcohol. So in the chemistry world. And when you think of that, like, people come home from a long day at work and they want to drink, right? Like, they have an alcohol to calm them down. You don't need that. You just need a drop or 2 of neroli and magnolia. They'll make you a happy person. Don't worry about it. But no, they're just really good relaxing oils. And I would say like unwind oils, because of the linalool in them. Rosemary, I don't remember the chemical constituents in them because it's like 1.8 something and something luol, but it is really incredible for focus. I recommend rosemary and also some of the other like herbs in general that we have for people who are studying a lot, or maybe they work long hours, maybe they work night shifts. Just helps you keep, a little more alert and focused because of what's in it. And then the very last oil in it is actually sweet gum, which is very new to me. I don't know if we have any other products that it's in. Again, Jamie and Christina are going to have to correct me on that. I haven't completely noticed it on anything else. And I'm usually one to break down the blends that I use on a consistent basis and look into what constituents are in them. Why do they make me feel the way I do? Why do they help? Why don't they help? Those types of things. Because everybody is different, and every person needs a different reaction in their system. And that's why I love this blend so much, because it has oils from all over that chemistry wheel that doTerra has created. I will post it in the comments when this gets posted. But that chemistry wheel just helped me understand some of the areas that I needed to work on in my body. Also helped me realize, like, maybe I should eat more like leafy greens and those types of things when I started looking at the nutritional value of my diet. So it's really important to know why the oils work for you. And doTerra makes that incredibly easy because they are constantly posting blog posts and they're educating us about the products that we're putting in our system. They did make this in a roll-on as well. This is diffusing in my apartment at all times right now. I've got a diffuser in my room going right now. It's got Adaptiv and Serenity in it, leftover from last night. I have a diffuser next to me. It's actually my oldest diffuser that I have, and it makes a little noise now, so I turned it off for this video, but it is about 4.5 years old, and it's still kicking. It just rattles a little bit, so I turned it off. And then the supplement I can't even get into because this has already been a 10-minute video, and Christina asked it to be a 2-minute video, so here we are. But just, remember that doTerra does not release products without having a big picture mentality. So instead of just, releasing an oil. They released an oil, a roll-on, and a supplement. And so it's an entire line to help your mental health and help support you in a different way that a lot of our supplements don't. You know, a lot of our supplements are definitely the basic foundation of health, but this is specific for the times that we need a little extra oomph for our morale and our anxiety and our stress and those types of things. And if you haven't tried it, I really genuinely recommend it, because when it came last month, I had no idea what I was preparing for this month. And the difference I've seen since I've started incorporating Adaptiv into my daily, hourly habits even, has been incredible, because it just reminds me to take a step back and appreciate, you know, what I do have and what I'm grateful for, instead of focusing on what I don't have and what I need to get done. So I hope this was helpful. I'm a science geek, so I love to be able to break down the oils and look at why they work. If you guys have any other questions, just shoot them below. I'm sure somebody in this group will get to them as soon as possible. Thanks, guys.